Immanuel Kant, an influential philosopher of the Enlightenment era, lived a life dedicated to the pursuit of reason and morality. He famously said, "Sapere aude or dare to know," encouraging individuals to think for themselves and question authority. Kant's philosophy centered on the idea of moral autonomy, captured in his categorical imperative. Act only according to that maxim whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. Kant believed that human beings possess inherent dignity and should be treated as ends in themselves, not as means to an end. He emphasized the importance of ethics and rationality in guiding human actions, stating, "Two things fill the mind with ever-increasing wonder and awe, the more often and the more intensely the mind of thought is drawn to them. The starry heavens above me and the moral law within me." Kant's profound impact on philosophy, ethics, and the concept of human autonomy continues to shape modern thought and inspire individuals to engage in critical thinking and moral reflection. Here are 30 of Immanuel Kant's most important quotes. Dare to know. Have the courage to use your own intelligence. Act only according to that maxim whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. Two things fill the mind with ever-increasing wonder and awe, the more often and the more intensely the mind of thought is drawn to them. The starry heavens above me and the moral law within me. Morality is not the doctrine of how we may make ourselves happy, but how we may make ourselves worthy of happiness. Science is organized knowledge. Wisdom is organized life. So act that your principle of action might safely be made a law for the whole world. Out of the crooked timber of humanity, no straight thing was ever made. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. There is nothing higher than reason. I had to deny knowledge in order to make room for faith. We are not rich by what we possess, but by what we can do without. Rules for happiness. Something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. Happiness is not an ideal of reason, but of imagination. From such crooked wood as that which man is made of, nothing straight can be fashioned. All thought must, directly or indirectly, by way of certain characters, relate ultimately to intuitions, and therefore, with us, to sensibility, because in no other way can an object be given to us. Time was when philosophy was the queen of all the sciences, and, if we take the will for the deed, she certainly deserves, so far as regards the high importance of her object matter, this title of honor. A categorical imperative would be one which represented an action as necessary of itself without any condition. Live your life as though your every act were to become a universal law. Experience without theory is blind, but theory without experience is mere intellectual play. Thoughts without content are empty, intuitions without concepts are blind. The only thing that can be called good without qualification is a good will. Immaturity is the incapacity to use one's intelligence without the guidance of another. Seek not the favor of the multitude, it is seldom got by honest and lawful means. But seek the testimony of few, and number not voices, but weigh them. To be is to do. I think, therefore I am. Freedom is the alone unoriginated birthright of man, and belongs to him by force of his humanity. Act as if the maxim of your action were to become by your will a universal law of nature. We are enriched not by what we possess, but by what we can do without. All our knowledge begins with the senses, proceeds then to the understanding, and ends with reason. Out of timber so crooked as that from which man is made, nothing entirely straight can be carved. In law, a man is guilty when he violates the rights of others. In ethics, he is guilty if he only thinks of doing so. I hope you enjoy watching and have a nice day. With all my love. See you in a new video.